Welcome to the recap of the match between Astralis and Ninjas in Pyjamas on overpass of the ESL Pro League Season 4. NiP started their T-side pistol round with a simple B contact play without utility. Even though Astralis was in position with 3 members defending the site, their aim was just not as sharp as the Swedish one and the exchange of frags went in favor of the attackers. The Ninjas were able to convert their economical advantage in the following 2 rounds, however both were far from perfect as they lost 7 players in the process. The defenders reached an even playing field in the first full gun versus gun round, as the investment into a double AWP setup for NiP left both teams without much in the bank. Freiburg lost the fight in connector, giving the first pick due to Bree. Michaelele found a quick equalizer on B, but the round fell apart for the Swedes, who struggled with the strong Danish hold in connector. Getright, the last man standing, got punished for peeking after the time, which left his team with an even worse economy. NiP decided to keep up the pressure and forced into the 5th round with a Tech 9 buy. Their fast A aggression inflicted heavy damage on the Astralis side, but wasn't enough to win the round. The Danes were able to secure the ensuing anti-eco, however, not without losing 2 members, which prevented NiP from falling too far behind economically. With the score tied up at 3-all, the Swedes were back on a bye. Their fast attempt at A short control was stopped cold though, and the round shattered at the strong grip on connector from KRB and Dupree. Device showed no fear and left the attackers no chance in the 3 vs 2. NiP was forced on another eco, but again was able to score 3 frags, keeping their enemy's money in check. Being 2 rounds ahead with the score 5-3, Device opted for an aggressive peek on short B into Sewers and was promptly rewarded by picking off Getright. Exist was caught off guard with a nade in his hand and NiP was playing the round 2 men down. The Swedes tried to luck with a late B attack, but Xipex had the lockdown initiated, mopping up the remaining 3 ninjas. The Danes had finally built up a small economical buffer, however a maximum loss bonus for NiP allowed them another buy. Fresh out of the timeout, the Swedes opted for another try at an aggressive play on A, which deemed successful, as Forest's 2 swift entries were only responded by 1 on the defensive side. Astralis were not able to turn the round on its head, Forest and Michaelele combined for a full house of frags. Curiously enough, the Danes had the better by the next round, testament to the aforementioned buffer. The Swedes made a contact play onto the B side. They even found the entry, but the Danish defense was able to regain the advantage, and NiP, suffocating in flashbangs, didn't even get a bomb down. As things calmed down, Freiburg and Forest found themselves in a 2 vs 4, which they managed to quickly turn into a 1 vs 2. Forest decided to take the long rotation to A.
Here we go.
I knew I did something
9
triggering.
seconds, yep, it's perfect. So, Henry said just over 10. Boom, 11.
And
that's good.
Well done, Henry. I've called football soccer in the chat, get angry with me, but he has to get the bomb playing down. So this is the, I don't disagree with this, Astralis sticking together. It does concede a little bit of income to the NiP side, but they stick together, they can force out a double peek here, immediately go for a trade, try not to isolate themselves. Forrest is playing this quite good in the fact that he's only facing off to 1 stairwell, but Device, his aim's better than the thought process of Forest to the end.
The game continued the storyline as Astralis was again low on money, but the Ninjas had to take the eco. This time however, the defenders only lost Device, who admittedly whiffed an easy shot. Their money wasn't secure for the rest of the half though, and the following round would determine the remaining rounds. Device once again tried to push into Sewers on B. This time however, he was caught by Getright, who came out of connector. NiP was finally in a situation with a man advantage, but Xipex showed his value once again with a sublime B defense.
Actually to find Device here. Choosing the right part of the map, it was been Device has been going aggressive, but Xipex, what a kill that was. Jumping over the fence as well, gets the vision of Freiburg, and the instant reply frag gets 2 for the wall map. Double wall bangs, that's not bad at all.
The pillar with the portrait of Moses just off to the right as we saw. There it is, the green one. As Xipex is going to spray down all 3 with the little guidance from Modus on him. That's very well done from Zip.
The Danes had not much to fear in the following round, with a decent bank built and their opponents on another eco. Astralis made no mistakes and kept everyone alive. Last round saw NiP back on a good buy, but their round was disjointed. Single members trying to get picks got punished and the Swedes quickly were 2 men down, until Freiburg managed to bring it closer into 3 vs 4. The Danish defense on B got once more tested, and some well-timed flashes by NiP made the round close.
Push as well. They've dropped the smokes at the perfect time. Time's ticking away, but Carrigan whips the spray, and it looks like we have got a 2-on-2. 20 seconds, a Device just trying to hide himself just long enough to deny the plan. If he can do that, it's pretty much round over. Looking to get the kill on the teammate, though, can spot the bomb, and does enough damage and he actually gets the kill as well.
The score didn't do the half justice, as Astralis was always one round loss away from equine. However, NiP's T-side wasn't able to win the important rounds, and it felt as if there was a general lack of tactical approach from the Swedes, who were mostly not able to gain map control in a structured manner and only managed to win one gun round. Astralis started the T-side with a passive approach, trying to punish the defense for any aggression. NiP held steady though and were well in position to receive the A short push. A confusing back and forth ensued, and for the majority of it the Swedes held the upper hand, with full knowledge of their enemy's intent. At 3 vs 2 for the defenders, the round slowed down.
He's gonna get the kill, but Freiberg pulls one back against Dupree through the wall of all things with the USP as he lines up on the information that his team had. However,
okay,
it's Device to hit the shot. Forrest on 2 HP. There's now 11 HP for 2 NiP players and all of Henry's hair. As Xyp9x continues forward, they will get a bomb plant out of this. Device going to be the one to hold it. High HP. Xyp9x just needs to be careful not to get dinked up by this. Flash over. Needs to be careful not to get caught. Second one's going to catch him in full duration, but Device, his vision's good. His eyes will not weary. It's going to take down Freiberg on the way through, and Forrest, a large task in front with 2 HP if he pulls this off. I would be very impressed, and you are now bald.
NiP made a huge blunder of the so important pistol round, but on the other side, Device definitely took this one into his own hands, finishing the round with a 4K. Astralis secured their ticket on the cruise ship and took a smooth ride to a 13-4 lead. The Swedes had ecoed fully the previous round and opted for the unorthodox third round bye, with a mix of FAMASes, SMGs and a scout. The attackers were not prepared for such shenanigans, and their B-rush got decimated with the help of the superb timing of flashes from the defenders. NiP survived with 4, upgrading to 3 AKs. Astralis had some money left, and they decided to spend it all on a pretty decent buy. However, the round wouldn't bring them any luck, as Dupree lost his life trying to find a pick into B. NiP didn't shine, but were efficient in trading frags, closing the round with only 2 men alive. The winds turned, and the Swedes were now the captain, as Astralis had to eco. NiP converted without issues, keeping all 5 members alive. With the score 13-7 in their favor, the Danes were back on a bye. Much like their opponents, they favored the A aggression. Forrest seemingly didn't get the memo that bathrooms was lost and got caught out in the open. 1 man up, Astralis decided to rotate through connector, trading with Getright. Another frag for NiP on B meant a 3 vs 3, but Device was aware of the heavy rotation of the defenders and made a quick dash to A. Device pushed his team to the round win, with his 3K, and the Swedes faced their last chance to stay in the match with a full buy. Astralis slowly made the way towards B and found Getright, who pushed out of B short. The Danes stuck with their intended B hit, and trades back and forth put them into a 3 vs 2 afterplant, which was well defended. The situation was dire for NiP, who were left with a force buy, trying to find a way back into the match. The Danes opted for a passive approach into the round and were set up for the Swedish aggression. Surprisingly, frags went both ways and the round got close into a 2 vs 2 afterplant.
Device maybe a little bit too confident here, but Kiabi, he's confident as well. He gets the kill on towards Get Right, and it's Michael with the shotgun, low HP, going to be running back. There's Kiabi, and now surely the Danes can finish this one off. 1 round required, 5-7. Wildly sprayed by Michael there, looking for the AK in return. He does not find it just yet, but Exist has got one, so the plant comes in, no kits available. There's going to be straight up challenges here, and it's not going to be working out for them. Now it's a 1 vs 2. Kiabi, great form of the weekend. Can he be the one to actually win Astralis' final map?
Kirby top of the stairs waiting to try and find this peak. He's got it down to 1 vs 1 in the low HP, and Michael he's got the headshot. Kirby.
It wasn't much that separated these two teams, and the round difference wasn't necessarily representative of the match. Overall, Astralis was just a bit sharper in their play, and some individual highlights never let the game slip out of their control. NiP always had the worst end of the economy and just couldn't find wins in the most important rounds. Thank you for watching CS Recap.